road. Oh geez, I hit the button for turning the radio down. Sorry there, YouTube. You didn't hear Kenny Chesney. You know what, we're gonna run some AC today. How do I turn it on? Right there. Let's keep it down low. Try to keep the wind out of the microphone, although I got the sock on, so yeah, let's do the vents. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to you, although it'll be Friday by the time you guys see this. A little splash of cleaner on the old windshield here. So I gotta get that rock chip fixed. Hasn't spread yet, but should work on that. So temp down, bump the fan up just a skosh. Got the window a little of the hot air out. It is, the 15th of July. Well, the 14th. Today's the 14th. My car says the 15th. The watch says the 13th. So we can get the date to adjust. Where's the little tab? It doesn't want to do what I want it to do. I'll do it this way. I'll just roll her around. I run one of the old chronograph style watches. The old dial style. There she is. I don't know why the car says it's the 15th. How do I fix that? Set date. I know, it's a real exciting video. There it is. 14th. The reason I know it's the 14th. Hold on. There we go. Now we're set. Is tomorrow is Boeing's 100th anniversary. 100th birthday. Happy birthday, Boeing. And the reason I bring that up is because I just happen to work for the Boeing company, which is where we are headed now. And the speed racer comes flying through here. So as you saw, crazy lady still across the street there. She had the truck out for a good chunk of the day last weekend, and then it's been sitting ever since. She's been running around with the boyfriend's little two-door Ford Exploder that's beat to crap, and most of the windows are busted out. And then today, there have been 3 or 4 different people coming by, a couple of them that I've seen there before, and it's almost like they're trying to find her or check up on her. If you saw on the camera there when I fired up there, the one dude that was standing in the yard and there's a green Tahoe. When he took off, he was kind of looking at his watch and wandering around the house, looking in windows. She up and disappeared apparently. Probably on another drug binge. Hopefully someday she'll be gone. As you can see, the house wasn't in all that good a shape, and the yard's still looking like junk. But yeah, I haven't done one of these videos for a while. Figured with the impending Boeing 100th anniversary, it'd be a good opportunity to crank one out. There's some big festivities going on this weekend. I have chosen not to attend. I'm off this weekend, so I got stuff to do around the house, and it's going to be crowded. A lot of people are going to be there. Not only Boeing employees, but the general public as well. As much as I'd like to go, if I do go, I would take you guys with, and I don't like filming in crowded environments. It just makes it harder to see stuff. Got way too many people wandering around. So I have chosen not to attend. I'm supposed to be getting we get a monthly publication that's internal at Boeing. There's supposed to be a commemorative version coming out that everybody's supposed to get a copy of. It's slowly coming out. They're not giving one to everybody at the same time. They're kind of having to overload the internal mail service. And on more work-related news, as I already mentioned, I like that Aston Martin right there. Nice looking car. I've always liked those. But I have applied for another position within the Boeing company to not remove myself, but to kind of get away from the manufacturing side and all the heartache associated with. It's been kind of frustrating me for the last couple of years now. Almost feeling kind of burned out. And for the last 6 months, I've been really thinking about looking into something else. And I do need to get into, Boeing has a program where they will pay for schooling as long as it benefits the Boeing company, and they will help you, engineering degrees and things like that. Well, I'm not quite going that hardcore yet, but it was suggested, let's just put it that way, not because of lousy work or anything along those lines, but because of my personality and how I get along with people at work, that maybe I should put in for the safety coordinator position for second shift. The position has been open for several weeks now. The gal that was doing it, and I knew her pretty well, worked with her for several years. So I know that gal will come around here. But she got transferred to the 767 program. The position's been open. I heard about it. She actually recommended that I apply for it. I said, no, not interested. Ooh, hang on. Yeehaw. And, this was, a couple months ago. Nah, I don't really want to do that kind of job. Too much computer work. I like working with my hands. And then she left. I know my last two bosses have brought it up. Hey, there's a position open. Anybody interested, please apply. I just kind of blew it off. And then the boss that runs the safety program, I've worked with him, not as a supervisor. I worked with him when he was a mechanic on the shop floor. I was actually his team lead when he came into the company, or shortly after he came into the company. So I've worked with him. I've known him for 9 years now. 8.5, 9 years. But decent guy. Him and I have always gotten along pretty good. He knows how I work. I know how he works. And he came up to me a couple days ago. And, hey, how you liking your job? I said, it's hot on that airplane. It's miserable. Sweating all the time. The finished work is kind of a pain. Got to be just right. And it's frustrating. We're always getting threatened with overtime. And done a bit of it this year already. He says, well, why don't you be the safety coordinator? I need somebody. Nah, I don't want to do that. And then I got to thinking, I've been thinking of getting out of the manufacturing side for a little bit. Why not just apply and see what happens? And then he says, nobody else has applied for the position, so you're pretty much a shoo-in if you put the application in. I says, well, I'm okay with that. I will still retain the same pay grade. So no pay raise, no pay loss. The hours will change a little bit. I will be coming in about an hour and a half earlier. It also means I get to leave an hour earlier. No weekend overtime. Woo-hoo! Pretty much sold me on that statement. Maybe a couple hours throughout the week. A couple of different meetings that I'll have to attend. But if this goes through, I will no longer be turning wrenches on the airplane. I will be basically, I don't want to say overseeing the safety on second shift, but that's kind of what I'll be doing. So at the Boeing company, you have a crew manned by electricians, mechanics, functional test people, however. You have a supervisor on each crew. That supervisor assigns different people on that crew to different ancillary tasks, like safety focal, or what's going on here? Why are we slowing down so much? Safety focal, 5S, which is our organizationing. How we got a tow job up here. And everybody be nice. Let's be responsible. Let this bozo's gonna creep up. Come on, dude, get on it. You got it, let's go. You're holding up traffic, Rod. Put your foot into it. Need to do 35 and a 60. He's looking to move over. I was going to make the pass, but he's... Holy dude, come on. There's the turn signal. Grow up here and do it, man. Supposed to be at. He's still doing 35. Jeez. But he's driving. Anyway, so yeah, a supervisor assigns different tasks to people. They're, just in addition to their regular work. I have done the safety focal job in the past. It's been a while, but actually I am a WASA focal is my assigned duty, work area self-assessment. Basically, I was an internal auditor. Every month, I'd have a series of questions that we had sent to me. I'd have to go answer those questions, see if we were still in compliance. If we were not, I would send my findings in. Or if we were, I would send my findings in. They would get compiled into a big database. Any negative findings the boss had to address. No negative repercussions for employees. It was just to make sure that, as Boeing, we were following our own policies and procedures. Which, I don't know, maybe that plays into my new job a little bit. Potential new job. I haven't actually been given the job yet. Application went in 2 days ago. I didn't see my new boss yesterday. I was going to ask him, make sure he got it. Because I'm not real good with computers. There's an online Word document, fill it in, email it to him. Hopefully he got it. If not, I printed out a copy, so. And then there will be an interview. He was hoping early next week if everything goes as planned. And then basically, as long as I'm the only one that applies, and as far as I know, nobody else has shown any interest in this position. And I'll know right away whether I get it or not, and he says pretty much a shoe-in. So that was kind of a feather in the old hat there. And then the only unfortunate thing, there's going to be 2 weeks of day shift training, learning the systems, only because the supervisor is day shift. That's where most of the meetings happen. And there's one coordinator per shift. So there's only 3 of us. There is some overlap so that they all can commingle and feed off of each other information-wise. Then that also gets me into a good tie-in with the first shift, where I can lead into second shift. But on the plus side, I won't have a manager. I'm pretty much free reign of the factory for a majority of my shift. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be a change, something different. I'm going to be busy pretty much all day. What's this dummy doing? Jeez. Dude on the left here, he actually slowed down. He was scooting between me and a semi-truck. He's one of these highway racers. Came pretty close to this Werner Enterprises truck that's right beside me now. He's slowing down. Frickin' unsafe morons. Don't you know what I'm going to be doing for the Boeing company here? But, yeah, other than that, y'all been following along the exhaust assembly on the Blazer. That was a pain, but it was fun. It is done. I have been driving it. That whole video was filmed on the 4th of July weekend, so took a little bit of time to get that together and out, and it's quite a few videos. I tried to keep it a little bit shorter. Well, I've got some longer videos coming up, and I got a dummy just riding my back bumper. Now they're backing off. Everybody's in always such a big hurry. So yeah, I've actually, last couple weekends I've bombed that around. I actually went out to Kevin's place last weekend and we used it to yank some stuff out of the brush, and that video will be up. That was pretty cool. Really impressed me, that capabilities of that truck. There's a few things I'd like to change, but I'm always talking about that ticking noise from the front end, and we had Kevin listen when I took it out there, because it's kind of hard when it's just me riding around. He says, yeah, it's definitely from the front end, and I thought it was from the rear. To me, it still sounds like it's coming from the rear, but maybe that's just where I'm sitting inside the truck. But wondering if the brake pads are rattling around in there a little bit, if those little retainer springs aren't holding them in place. So I'm off this weekend, as I've probably already said, being the big anniversary. Who's tooting their horn? The flatbed. But I think first thing Saturday I'm going to pull the wheels off that truck and check the front end out real good again. See if I can isolate the rattle. It's just annoying. It's not getting any worse. Although after last Sunday, you used the 4 low for quite a bit. And the rattle was gone for a while, so hoping it's not the hubs. Kevin was thinking maybe it was the caps for the locking hubs. They are a little bit loose. Not really anything we can do about it, I don't think. I think those are just spring retainers holding those in, but they do, you tap them, they rattle a little bit, but it doesn't sound like it'd be loud enough for what I'm hearing. Did get the rear window working real good. Put a new motor in it, same problem. Real slow, real jerky. It would stall out every so often. It was hit or miss as to how well it would work, if it would work. So I pulled the switch back out, cleaned it all up again, put it back together, same issue. Let's double check that switch. And when I was putting it back together the second time, it clicked, and then I pushed it a little bit more and it clicked a second time, and now it's making full contact. I don't know if one of the prongs was just out of alignment a little bit there or what, but that window goes up and down so nice now. Big relief there. But yeah, that truck drives nice, runs good. I have a new coil for it to put on this weekend. Just since I've done everything else with the ignition, swap the coil out. I put those big plug wires on it, the 8.5 millimeters. And then, well, let's upgrade the coil too. So pick up the MSD coil to go with the MSD wires. That's turning out to be a good truck. I do want to put a traction aid in the rear axle though. It needs something, especially after playing with it this weekend. Open diffs front and rear, it just kind of dug in real easy. It's definitely got some good power to it, especially in low range. But I will say that new exhaust sounds really good, although you guys are going to hear that. That video will be up on it's scheduled to release tomorrow morning at I think 4 a.m. and I'll schedule this video for a little bit after that. So I'm very pleased with the sound of that truck. Wish it had a little bit more at idle, but I did put a quieter muffler on. It came with the kit. I didn't really specify it, but another slow poke. We're gonna do 50 and a 60. Oh, now we're speeding up. 54, 56. So yeah, I wish it had just a little more rumble at idle, but when you're on it, it actually kind of reminds me of the 63. Not as nice as the old 94 Chev was. That was the 40 series muffler, cat back headers, intake, still had the catalytic converters. Somebody posted this morning, you know, you're still going to have a lot of bark when you take that cat out. No, it doesn't. Because the 63 has no cats. It's dual exhaust with Flowmasters, and it doesn't bark. It just got that nice rumble. So that's why I went back with the Flowmaster. Got rid of those Dynamax or whatever those were. Kevin took those. He's been working on his 63 olds. Got bits and pieces for it to put it back together and get it on the road. He wanted to put a cherry bomb on it, but now he's got a couple of free mufflers he can fit in there. I found a couple other turbo mufflers too that I threw them in the back of the pickup truck. What's this flatbed gonna do here? You're gonna want to get over here, dude. I don't think you're going to Boeing. Yeah, maybe he thinks he is. I'm thinking he's a little lost. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. I haven't done anything else with any of the other vehicles. The 84, I got to get under there and do the fuel tanks again. Those fuel lines rotted out with the ethanol gas, so I bought some new stuff. I haven't really filmed much of that. I think I'd started to, but I lost it when we redid the computer. So I'm not going to bother trying to film that. But I need to get that going and get it tuned good and running good. It's kind of off a little bit putting that new carb on. It's just not quite right. I need to dial it in, but I'm just not good at that stuff. The carb came with the CD. I need to just put it in and watch it or read it or whatever it is. And it's supposed to have all the tuning tips and what to do and what to look for. I've got to get a vacuum gauge. Do not have one. Scoot on through here. Whip around the corner. Clutch pedal squeaking again on the car. Just take dude's parking spot here. Home sweet home. Weasel in between a couple of vehicles. Park for the evening. So alrighty, thanks for watching. There's your update. That's what's been going on in the old lifestyle. What we got hopefully planned. And yeah, have some more fun. So we'll catch you on the next one. Be good. Bye-bye. Alrighty, just a quick little follow-up. I just got home. Something in the mail. Actually on the front steps. It's a little package from Boeing. This is a separate video. We'll do that next, but it'll be whole separate. So Boeing C-100 customer service. The next 100 years. I was just talking about our 100-year birthday, anniversary, whatever you want to call it. So I have not opened this yet. I don't know what it is. I had no idea that they were sending something out. I have not heard of anything. So let's open it together, shall we? What do they got? what do they got? Boeing is a company with a history like no other. As employees, our privilege and responsibility is to protect and grow the rich legacy of aerospace leadership forged by those who came before us, and build an even better future. Hope you'll display this gift proudly as a reminder of the achievements of our past and the amazing things we will accomplish together in the next 100 years. Thank you, Dennis Mullenberger. He's my new CEO. So, well, so far it's kind of cool. Nice little plaque. That's kind of cool. On July 15th, let's see if I can get it here. On July 15th, 1916, William Boeing founded a company that changed the world forever. The pioneering spirit and rugged determination of our founders lives on through us, the people of Boeing. Our passion for innovation, excellence, and human achievement will take Boeing and the world to new heights in our second century. That's kind of neat. It's metal. So, yeah, cool. Just a little, I don't know, paperweight or whatever you want to call it. Just a little memento. There's some flaws in it, but that's okay. Yeah, I didn't even know they were sending anything out like this. Hadn't heard a thing about it. So, right on. I'll have to put that up on the shelf somewhere. It's kind of cool to be part of a company that made it to 100 years. So, should see 120 by the time I'm ready to retire. So, alrighty, here we go. That's the end. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.